How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Far Cry 4 map editor. Oh my god, this is amazing. As you guys know, my name is Ed. So let's start. If you look at it, it looks... Before I even start talking about the way it looks, let's go and start a new map to see how it works. Alright, so when you open up a new map, it asks you what kind of mission do you want. You have assault, hunt, outpost, and extraction. So what does this mean? This means that you can no longer make multiplayer maps. Now, before I complain about that, I have to say that I like the idea of making single-player maps. Hopefully, they will implement co-op as well, be able to make co-op maps. And they also said that they're trying, but they don't know if they're gonna put multiplayer maps back into the editor. I think this was a huge mistake. They underestimated the love that we mappers have for Far Cry custom maps multiplayer, but that's besides the point. I'm not gonna complain too much. I really did complain a lot, and there's nothing I could do about it at the moment except for play what I have and try to enjoy it. So you can select out of 4 missions, single player missions that is, and then they give you different terrain types. You have 5. You know, use an empty map, mountains, Shangri-La Mountains, island, and Shangri-La Island. Let's start with an empty map, just to look at the stuff. Usually I do play I apologize. Usually I do play in 4K, but it's something's wrong with this side of the screen in 4K, and you guys won't be able to see it, or it'll be too small, so you guys won't be able to see the icon. So right now I have it in 1080p. So really quickly, let's go through the menu. This is the PC one, so it might be different for you. Let's start from right here. You have the new map, you have an open map and a save map. Those are very common. They're the same from the previous game, except they changed the icon. You have undo and redo, as well as play test the map. Before, they had the option to let you do control plus G to test it. Now you have to actually press the button and then press OK, and it basically throws you into the actual game. And then from there on, to leave it, you have to press the escape button, and it behaves like you're actually playing the game itself, and then you go back to map editor. So it's kind of weird. Then you have the map validation. This is the same as previous if you look over here, except it's only for single player, so you don't have all the validations you used to have. For example, in the Far Cry 3, you had enough spawn points for the enemy. All that kind of stuff. And then right here you have map properties, where you take a picture. For example, you just press capture, you have a picture. You could edit the mission objective. Let's say you don't want to do hunt, you want to do outpost and extraction, you could change it. And then let me just bring this down for a little bit over here. And then you can also make it for solo play only. I think they were hoping to put co-op, but they forgot. So when you press this, nothing really happens. That kind of sucks. And then right here you have a bunch of descriptions. You actually can't see it on the capture, but you can see it in my menu right now. You have in my actual computer, you can see a whole bunch of options like arcade, horror, island, linear, long range, mountain, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I actually like this editor a lot. It's a decent improvement from Far Cry 3. I just feel like they're lacking the co-op map feature and the multiplayer map feature. With that, the game will be much better. Then you have modifiers over here, where you get to decide what you start with. I think that's pretty awesome. Once again, you can't see it, but let's say I switch it to pistol, and then I test the map. I believe I should spawn off with the pistol in my hand, and I think that's pretty cool. And well, parachute. Sorry about that. And look, and that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'm just really hoping these guys get smart, you know, and they fix this map editor and make it what it truly could be. This could be the next, not to be funny, but it could be like the next Minecraft, you know, where it's addicting and you just do whatever you want. And then you can mess with your player skills right here. They have basic, no takedowns, all, and all no takedowns. I don't know what that means yet, but I could change that. Also, the health bars, you can increase your character's health bars. You want to make it harder, you press 2. That means that if you get shot once, you want to go and heal yourself. Or if you put it at 6, that means you could take a lot more shots. And then you have a lot of cool stuff like disable health regeneration, which I like a lot. Also disable manual heal, no fall damage, no fire damage, invincible, infinite ammo, and unlimited underwater breathing. It's a lot of cool stuff here that I like to see. For example, another one is headshot only, one shot. And no, this is one thing that I want to say, guys. If Ubisoft, if you had this for if you had this map editor with multiplayer and co-op, you could make some really fun game modes if you only give the players the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? You get people like a lot of opportunities to make really fun stuff. Like, come on, headshot only, that's hilarious. People get so frustrated when you play I remember Modern Warfare 2 had that as an option. You can also modify your jump, which is pretty funny. So let's say I put the jump height to 50, and just to make sure things are working properly. Quickly, I'm gonna go to the where's the objects? There we go. They changed the icon for that. And I'm gonna go. Is this it? No, that's not it. There we go. Objects, ambient, gameplay objects. Okay, let me just pull real quickly the spawn point. So I just spawn on the ground every time. Now let me press OK. All right. Now I changed the jump height. Whoa. Now that's funny. That's obviously I'm gonna die. I don't know what that control was. It looked like a home key. I hope I don't have to press home so I can use the parachute. Regardless, see, that's pretty cool. They give you modifiers and stuff like that. Let's go back to that menu. You also have gravity modifier. So for example, let's say I want to make the jump height regular, but I want to make the gravity a little bit weaker, like let's say 30% of the base gravity. Now test the map. I should be able to jump and float up a little bit. I'm not sure if it's working, but it probably is. Let me go back to it. Let me mess it up a little bit more. Gravity, 2% gravity. Let's see if that works. All right. I really can't. I could kind of tell the difference. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but that's pretty cool that we have all these nice modifiers. Now let's go over to all the stuff you have, like highlight enemies, hunter instincts, display all enemies on minimap. I don't like that one. Hide minimap, I like that one, and hide ammo. So you can make it like, let's say you want to make an immersive map where people can't see how many bullets they have. If you think about it in real life, you can't see how many bullets they have. There's some guns that are made like that, but overall you can't tell how many bullets you have on a AK-47. Cautious enemies, that means that once you spawn in, the enemies are already looking for you. Like they're not looking for you, but they know you're around the area, and that's pretty cool. Additional failing conditions. You can have a countdown. So let's say you want it to be timed. You could put a timer on it. That's pretty cool. Game over when detected. That could be kind of annoying. I never liked those kind of things, but you never know. Maybe somebody could be creative about it. You know what I'm saying? Then we have over here, which is the group selection tool, I believe, or no, the selection tool. We just select the object that you want to mess with. Then you have the move key. Obviously, we know that one. The rotation key, and you can just rotate. You know, they changed the way it looks. I think it looks cleaner now. Pretty cool. Still not used to it, but it looks cleaner. I like that. You also have stuff like snap angles, which I love to use. They're really good for making sure things flip and rotate smoothly. You know, if not smoothly, but they're like really, you know, they're tight. They're tight turns and tight rotations. Then you have snap. I believe this one is to let me see. This one I don't understand how it works, but once I do, I'll let you guys know. Then you have all the objects. So you have 4 different types, and I really like the animation one. I'm gonna make a tutorial about the animation one because some people, they seem to be confused about it in some of the videos that I've seen. But I think this is pretty cool. Real quickly, let's go to objects. I don't have a lot of time to make this video, but I'm gonna make it as detailed as possible so you guys can enjoy this pretty cool new map editor that I have. You have like a more a more should I say structured folder list. It has structures and then it has like sub objects, which is pretty cool. So let's go to structures and let's go to small buildings. Right here you have camp, storage, and other stuff. It's kind of dark in here. I don't know why that is. I have the game set on the highest settings and it just makes everything dark, from what I could tell. Let me see. Yeah, everything just looks dark. Let me really quickly. Okay. You can also add multiple objects to have that feature there. We just keep pressing in the object. You'll keep putting the same object over and over again. They have stuff like just regular objects, like industrial, military stuff. You know, you can put crates and barrels and stuff. Obviously, there might be some rehashes from the previous game, but from what I've seen, some of the stuff is just retextures, but a lot of the stuff is just new, cool stuff. They have the American flag, kind of dark. What you think? I must say this is not the. I haven't received the update yet due to the fact that the update comes out on the 18th, so that might be the problem with the graphics. Everything looks kind of dark, and I don't think it looks that good when it's too dark. Let me just change the settings. One thing that I did notice that if you grab the settings and you just grab the settings and you make it on medium, it can just look better. In my opinion, they don't look better, but they look clearer. But yeah, let me just put it on medium, or yeah, medium just seems to be the one that works properly at the moment. Let me snap that back in there. Okay, snap it. Snap. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Now, they also have other stuff like nature, obviously trees and caves. This one right here, okay, so one thing I do have to say, this is actually a retexture from Far Cry 3. I could already tell you that because they made a lot of maps for Far Cry 3, and this is only a retexture, and they made the object itself just bigger. It wasn't this big on Far Cry 3, but that's what it is. Just to be honest with you guys, in case you think you've seen it before, you have. Now let's go back to the objects. Okay, they're kind of confusing to find. Now they also have climbing stuff like ladders, zip line, geysers. For real, stop playing. Oh my God, stop playing. That's hilarious. Hold on, let me just do something real quick. You see that? That's so cool. Alright, I think we can get on there. We're actually gonna float up. No? Oh, come on, game. It still looks pretty cool. Like, think about making a multiplayer map. Well, sorry, you can't do that. Think about making a map and just having that there. You should be able to go up though. I don't know why it's not working. But that's pretty cool, guys. See what I'm talking about? They just gotta put their head, take their head out their butt, and give people what they want. You know, that's pretty cool. I like the way that looks. Then you have vehicles. You know, you have static vehicles as well as vehicles that you can actually use, like the buzzer right here. People call this the gyrocopter, but it's not. It's a buzzer. Deal with it. And then you also have vehicles that are static that you can't obviously use. For example, they give you a helicopter, the forklift, and stuff like that. You also have trucks and buses flipped over. Looks pretty cool. They don't give you that many static cars, but whatever. You have weapons as well, like you can pick up ammo, which I like a lot, and health packs and all that stuff. It's pretty cool looking. Then you also have more weapons. One thing I have to say, there are a lot of guns from Far Cry 3 here, but that's fine, guys. It's only a gun. There's so much you could do with a weapon. As long as they give you more options with the gun in terms of attachments, and they add a couple of new guns, I'm fine with that, in my opinion. They also give you stuff like the mortar and stuff like that, and machine guns, mounted machine guns. It's pretty cool. Now let's go back through all the objects. I'm not going to click on all of them, but I'm just show you. Right here, the picture's pretty big. I made sure that you can actually kind of see it. Just watch the video in 1080p and you'll be good to go. As you can see right here, they have a whole bunch of camps and stuff. They have nice small houses. They actually look better than Far Cry 3's. And they have the ability, they have like the openings right here. You can make ramps and stuff. And it's just pretty cool. I see a lot of possibilities for multiplayer. For single player, I do as well. Sorry, I do as well. But I'm just like, whenever I think about the map editor, I think about multiplayer, and whenever I see stuff, I just think about, oh my god, what can I do with this in multiplayer? This fire looks pretty nice actually, compared to the previous game. So you know, you could do a lot of cool stuff if they give you the choice, the option. Sorry. Kind of wish these guys went back to the drawing board just for a couple more months and fixed the game, made it what people actually want. You have larger buildings as well. Hopefully we won't have the same hotel from Far Cry 3 that was just a mess. You couldn't really do much with it. You guys remember that one? So everything right here is pretty cool. They have oh, this is AJ's house. What's up, AJ? You in there, bruh? It's closed. I bet you they have, okay. The way they usually have these houses most of the time, I don't know if it's the same story here, is they'll have one that's open and one that's closed. You know what I'm saying? There you go. See what I meant? One of them is the same. It's the exact same building, but one of them is open, like this one. You can actually go inside and out, and the other one is closed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Then let's go down to. Let me see. Okay, we've seen all these. Now let's go to something more interesting, like the walls. We all know walls are very important because sometimes they don't have the object that you want, but you can make them if you have a nice flat surface. I don't know if I'm incorrect, but I did see a video where they were shooting at the wall or something, and the wall broke apart. So I'm trying to see if any of these walls actually break. Let's go with. Okay, it's fine. Let's just go with this, and let's see if I could shoot this and it blows up or something. Alright, so let's go. That's so cool. Man, I could do a lot of stuff with that. They gave me a chance to do that for multiplayer. Where is it? Where did I place my walls? I believe it's over there. Sweet. One thing I have to say is congratulations, Ubisoft. You actually made guns that sound really good. I was shooting the AK earlier and it sounds pretty good. This one too. The animations are smoother, just to be honest with you guys. I don't think you can destroy this. Probably clip top. Interaction? What is that? What button is interaction? I don't know. Okay. It says interaction, but I don't even know what that means. Maybe it's climbing over it? Oh, that's what it means? I don't think so. Regardless, that's still pretty cool. Oh, I know what interaction means. Reload. Okay, you can't blow these off, but it looks really nice. People say the game looks a lot like Far Cry 3. I have to agree, yet disagree. Well, that render distance, though. I have to agree, but at the same time disagree, because I believe this game looks really nice. The special effects and stuff are really nice looking. Right now I have the graphics on medium. As you guys seen when I put it on high, things just look funny. Too dark. Now let's go back to the objects. This video is going to be pretty long, so if you guys want to watch it, fine. If you don't, deal with it. Then you have other stuff like, you know, lights and fire. Lighting is really nice to look at. This one we've seen it in Far Cry already. This light seems to be off. Maybe you could turn it on. Yeah, they have several lights. And okay, this is exactly from Far Cry. Oh, I'm sorry. They're different ones. Except this one's just big. It sounds like they're on, but they're actually not throwing any light. Maybe that's a mistake, or maybe I just don't know how to do it right. Pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Now let's go over to gameplay objects. That's just the spawn point and the objective markers. Ambient and AI, you can actually set characters and stuff like that. They have more characters than just the guys that are gonna try to kill you. For example, this guy, he's never gonna try to kill me. Let me just do something real quick. Let me just remove this, because if I want to do something, I want to be able to do it right off the bat. Save time for you guys. So if I spawn in, Jorge here is not gonna try to kill me. Unlike the other characters that will just shoot me. See? He's green in the thing. That means he's friendly. Pretty nice guy. Sorry you had to go, Jorge. Take it easy. And then there's another cool thing that they have that blows my mind, and I'm actually gonna make a separate video for it. It's called the animation points. I will show you it right now, but I think it's so interesting that I don't want to show it to you right now. So deal with it. Then you have, let me go back to the things. You have animals as well. For example, people love the elephants. To be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck the big deal is with the elephants. They're just fucking elephants. Get over yourselves. Just saying. It's just a fucking elephant, for real. It's not. It's not. I don't understand it, for real. I don't. Ubisoft, fuck off the elephants, for real. Okay, and then you have AI that are enemy off the bat, I believe. Yeah, I believe this is okay. Okay, so you have waves that you can set up. So you have wave 1, 2, 3, and 5 and stuff like that. And then you have which ones you want to see only. So let's say I set up, let's say I put wave 1 and I put this guy here, and then I set up wave 2 and I put, okay, what is that? Trigger 1 dead, 50% dead, 75% dead. Okay, now I'm interested. Okay, well, like I was saying, you could show either one wave or wave number 2, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Now I want to see what this does. Actually, I'm kind of interested in what this does. Why does it say 1 dead? I don't get it. Oh, yeah, he's gonna kill me. Okay. Oh, I get what it does. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. And you have the slow motion kill cam there, which is pretty funny. They got the same animation from the knives, though. That's kind of dumb. Okay, so now I understand what that does. Once I kill this guy, he's gonna spawn in. That's cool. Cool. Okay. Let me just erase this guy. I don't want him to bother me when I'm playing. So yeah, guys, that's pretty cool, the AI stuff. So when the first guy is on 75% health, the other guy will come in. You have different types of bad guys like Army Hunter, stuff like that. Then let me change the wave, see if it's any different. Go to wave number 5. Trigger. Okay, they're the same triggers and stuff. Okay, I was talking about triggers in one of my old videos. I wish they would give you more triggers for like animations. If you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, it's, let's say I go up to this wall. I could actually place a trigger on the wall that says that when I go up to it, if I press F, this wall will do something simple. You know, if you're good with it, you can make some elaborate stuff. But if you're not, you know, whatever. So let's say I go up to this wall and I press F, that this wall will do this and go down and let you pass by. Stuff like that, you know. That's what I was trying to say before in an older video, but I couldn't. It didn't come out of my mouth properly. That's pretty cool though, that they're adding like cool stuff. Then you have AI navigation. That's cool as well. Then you have your old tools like bump, and it just raise or lower depending on what you want to do. Then you also have flatten, which just makes things flat into a nice even level. Then you have the ramp feature. So let's say I press it from there to there. I apologize, from here to there. There you go. You got a nice ramp. And then you have terrain set to height. So let's say I have a height of 201. Boom! It's all going to shoot up like a tower. That's pretty cool. Then you have smooth out. So if I want to smooth this with the one under it, it's going to smooth out slowly. It's pretty cool. Noise, it's like you want uneven ground. Erosion is if you're gonna make some sort of water. Let me say that properly. Let's say you want to make a lake, and then you want the water that's touching the ground to be like not the water. The ground that's touching the water to be eroded. That's what it is. I made that all complicated. This one is it came out in Far Cry 3. This tool right here, it's hole tool. So you want to make a hole here, and then a hole on the other side, and make a small cave or a tunnel. You can do that. Then you have water levels. This is pretty old stuff. You set water there. What else? You have texture painter. You can only put 4 textures again. It's pretty stupid, guys. Come on, let me have 20 textures. You know, just saying. It's the same tool basically, except for example, you could put constraints. So after a certain height, the tool won't do anything. That's pretty cool. in my opinion. Also degrees and stuff. Some textures look ugly at certain angles. So if you don't want to put them at a certain angle, you could just put that option there. And you know, the textures look better in my opinion. In Far Cry 3 they were really ugly. Let's see if they did something with this. Okay, so once again the texture, for example, if I don't want textures to be on a thing like this, that's gonna look ugly. All I gotta do is go to the texture and put degrees 70, 50. Okay, put it at 50. I shouldn't be able to paint here, but I'm still painting, I believe. Okay, I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it because I've used it in the CryEngine editor, but I haven't figured out the way it works properly here, so it's different. You also have the add vegetation stuff. This is pretty, you know, the same, except they have different kinds of trees. Look nice or colorful. It's appropriate seeing how now trees are turning like this where I live. You could also add more. Okay, you have underwater stuff. You have terrain. I don't know what that means. Maybe they meant terrain. I think they meant terrain and they just messed it up. Shangri-La, which is the nice bloody looking trees. Pretty sweet looking, I think. Yeah, nice bloody trees. Obviously, this is only a retexture of the regular ones, but it looks pretty cool, nice and colorful, you know. Then you have the road tools. You could add 8 roads. Not a lot has changed, but some stuff has, and it gets me excited personally. The roads, you know, pretty cool. Okay. And then you have map limits. This is only for the single player. It's so weird seeing the map limit and there's no multiplayer for it. Kind of dumb. Then you have the environment, like the time of day. There's no clouds out here. You have like the time of day. That's the same. Put it at nighttime, make the fire look really good. Then you have types of clouds. You have 4 types of clouds. It's pretty whack. You could enable snow. So I'm guessing it's gonna start snowing pretty soon. That's cool. You can make it hazy around there. You can make it high mountain, which I guess makes everything like a little bit brighter, I guess. Let me just change the time. Put it to be noon. Okay. You can also put orange sky. I guess that's the orange sky one. I think is for Shangri-La. Normal. And then you have ambient sound. This is pretty cool. Now it's not the same sound playing over and over and over and over again. You put blizzard, and then you put snow, and it's good to go. The snow is not really snowing, right? I don't see any snow. Where is my goddamn snow? Game. I want my snow and I want it now. Okay, now let's go look around for some stuff. I thought I saw another thing. Maybe I didn't see it. Okay, so maybe I didn't see it. But I think that's everything the map editor has to offer. Wow, I actually have an object budget. That's stupid. I don't think I should have that on PC, buddy. Right? Okay. Now, there's one thing I just noticed here. It's just object preference. So let's select an object and see what this does. Let's select this right here. Object preference. Okay, it doesn't do anything from what I can tell. Maybe it's the guy. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, this is really cool. Okay, I like this now a lot more. Always respawn when out of sight. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen. Let's test this out. Oh, this is really cool actually. Let me see what the elephant has. Okay, only spawning options. Let's see the vehicle then. No preferences. But I bet there's probably more preferences you can put on other stuff. I hope it's not only just the characters. So let's say he's always gonna respawn after I kill him. Let's play. Shot him down. Let's see what happens. You're gonna respawn, buddy, or not? Oh, it's actually snowing now. I didn't even notice. Oh, I see him respawning. My friend, you're gonna respawn or what? Hey. I think he's falling off. Where's the elephant? Elephant. You got elephant. I think he's falling off of the map. But let's go back to the editor. Oh, he changed. Okay. Let's put him somewhere more stable, like right here. Elephant, go home. Wait, elephant, why are you glitching out like that? Okay, this guy's gonna respawn every single time. And that's pretty cool for stuff like zombies. Just saying. He's dead. Please respawn. Work. It might not work. Oh, what? Put you there, man. What's wrong with you? Oh, but I put him here. Whatever. But look, it's pretty cool. He's gonna keep respawning. Oh my god, he's just doing stuff by his own. Is there a fire there or something? Why is he sitting there? So look, it's pretty cool. He has nothing better to do. What's he gonna do? Sit the fuck down. Cool. Alright guys, I think that's the end of this video. I'm actually gonna make more videos for Far Cry. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.